Alright, so welcome back, and today we're going to continue from where we stopped last time, and let's get right into it. So it's our shape pattern game. Good. So the last time when we play the game, okay, we see that nothing, okay, so it changes the shapes and everything, and it's working perfectly. So for now, I want to make a small change. I don't want the same shapes to show each time because it makes it difficult to know if the shapes are changing or not. So we're going to make sure that every sequence is unique. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to we're going to change the algorithm of our generate sequence to make sure that every sequence is unique. So let's just clean everything here. We don't need this for now. We don't need this formula. And we just say something like if the length is greater than the size of the shapes. So this is just for error checking. In case the length is greater than the actual size which we gave it to be 4. If it's greater than 4, then it means there's an error and it should not it should basically stop the game. Print error. Length is too, let's just say something like length is too much. Good. And then we'll return back to the game. Nice. So we'll create a variable called, let's call it shuffled shapes. And it would be equal to shapes dot duplicate. Nice. So duplicate is an inbuilt function in Godot. What it does is that it makes sure that every sequence is different, so it doesn't use the same shape per sequence. Yeah. So then we say shuffled shapes dot shuffle. Then now we take the shape sequence would now be equals to the shuffled, shuffle shapes. Then slice that and take only the first one in the length. So this would just for error checking to make sure that the size is not bigger than 4. This is to make sure that each item in the sequence is unique and not the same. So if it uses triangle once, it won't use it again, something like that. And this is to slice and always take the first one and attach it to the shape sequence. So let's play it and see. Cycle, box, star, triangle. Let's stop it again and try star, box, triangle, circle. Nice. So you can see that it never uses the same shape twice. Okay, so next now we are going to code in the player input, so how to handle that. So first off, before we forget, let's just create 2 variables. One of them would contain the player sequence. So we have one that contains the shape sequence. We have another one that contains the player sequence. So it compares both of them. If they are the same, then you win the game. If they are not, then you've lost the game. So we have that, and we should also have a variable to check if it's time for the player to start selecting the shapes. So we'll call it is waiting for inputs, and it's always false when you start the game. Good. So now that we have this out of the way, let's save it, go back to our 2D and add some buttons to these shapes. So select the first one, add a child node, search for button, create. Same thing too for this. Create, add a button here, create, add another button here, and create. Okay, so next now we have to make sure that the buttons, they cover up the required shapes. But let's just rename them first. This first one would be triangle button. This would be circle button. This would be square button. And this would be star button. Good. So let's take our triangle button and let's stretch it across the shape. So we're not actually clicking the shape, we're clicking on the button that represents the shape. So let's bring it like this so it doesn't touch this. Good. This is good. So now let's make it flat. Good. So this is button for the triangle. We'll do the same thing here. Let it engulf the circle. Make it flat. Same thing here. Oh wait. Yep. Good. Make it flat. And the same thing to here. Let's bring it close by. Okay, and we'll make it flat. Good. So let's save it. This is perfect. So all the buttons are there, though they don't do anything. Now let's play it and see. Okay, so they are working, though they don't do anything for now. So let's stop it. Okay, so next now we are going to go back to our script and let's play around with our player sequence. So we're going to create a function called let's just say check player sequence. Good. That basically says, hey, if the player sequence is equal to the shape sequence, then that means that it is correct and you should print, hey, you win. Else print that you lost. So something like very simple, if the player sequence is equal, if the size of the player sequence, I don't know what's wrong with my keyboard today, is equal to the size of the shape sequence. Good. Then in that you should check if the player sequence is equal to the shape sequence. So we're doing two checks here. If the size is the same, so I selected the buttons 4 times, the shapes appears 4 times. If that is correct, then you should go and check, okay, fine, the actual shapes themselves, is it the same from the player sequence and the shape sequence? Okay, good. Then you print correct. You win the game. Oh, you won the game? Yeah, you won the game. Sorry about that. You won the game. Else, which means that it's not correct, print you are a loser. you are a loser. Then, okay, maybe I'll create that later, but we should also have a function that would reset the game so you can go to the next round. So something called, let's just call it reset game function. Good. So we will now create the reset game function. Let's create that. Let's make it at the top here. Call it function reset game. Alright, so what this function will do, we just reset the game. So basically, resetting the game just means put everything back to 0. So the player sequence should be clear. Yeah, let's use clear. The current index, right? Let me check. The current index is 0, so it should go back to 0. The current index should be 0. The what else again? And its waiting should go back to false. Good. Then we also want the generate sequence to play out again. So generate sequence, call the generate sequence function and make sure that it generates 4 unique shapes. Then print something like, hey, new round. Sorry, I'm having so many typos today. New round has started. Okay, good. This is good. So let's save it. And now we will make connections between these buttons to the code. So just click on the triangle button, node on pressed, connect. Do the same thing for the circle button, on pressed, connect. Okay, good. Now next we'll attach our scripts to each button. Okay, so let's attach the scripts to our buttons. We'll go to the first triangle button and let's say something like if it's waiting for input is true, which means that it's waiting for the player input, then append this shape to the player sequence. We'll give this one shape of index 0 and then we'll check the player sequence. So quick tip here, it has to be the same exact sequence with the shapes here. So if you look here, 0 is triangle, circle button, circle is 1, box is 2, and star is 3. If not, it wouldn't be able to actually identify which shapes is which, because Godot or coding in general doesn't really see this. What it sees is this. So you have to create a sort of workaround around that. So just paste this here, paste this here, and paste this here. So this is 0, this is 1, 2, and this is 3. Good. Save it. And then one last thing, we go here to our display the next shape and we set our is waiting for player input to be equals to true. So we have to set it to be true here because after you're done showing the sequence of shapes, then you have to wait for the player input, stop displaying the sequence. Good. So let's save it and let's play it and see. So keep an eye out for here. Oh, sorry, I didn't see the sequence. Okay, let's fail it and see. You're a loser. And I still didn't see the next one. Oh my god. Let's fail it again and see. Failed. Circle, box, star, triangle, circle, box, star, triangle. Correct, you won the game. Hey, new box, circle, star, triangle, box, circle, star. Correct. Okay, triangle, box, circle, star. Triangle, box, circle, triangle, star. Box, circle, triangle, star. Okay, yeah. So this is very perfect. I did not expect it to go as smooth as it is going right now. So yeah, this is the basic loop of the game. So next up, we'll be focusing more on design. Like right now, it looks very boring. Not a lot of colors. Some of these shapes are very bad. You should also have like a score, something around here, like a scoreboard, where it shows, hey, this is your score, and with each round, we should try to increase, the number of sequences, not just 4. Maybe in the next round it would be 5, next round it would be 6, or maybe after every 3 rounds, it would increase the number of shapes by 1. Therefore, you have to also increase this. Then we'll probably add some colors here and there. Then we'll definitely add a home screen, or should I say it's a start menu, where it shows, hey, start the game, options, and exit. Just a lot of beautification before we get to the final part, which is to upload it to either Google Play Store or Apple Store. I guess it would be easier to upload it to the Google Play Store, but we'll see when we get there. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you all so much for watching my videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.